Good day, guys. I hope you're all doing so well. Welcome to our today's lesson, wherein we're gonna deal with grade 10 so for X 2015 question paper in preparation for our exam season. Okay, guys. So it's mathematics grade 10. Now, question 2.1.1 solve for X. 15x squared minus 8 equal to 14x. Now, guys, this one is solve for X, and there are different kinds of ways of solving for X, and this is one of the ways. Now, in this case, you see what you've got an x squared, or you have a squared here, and you've got a number with a variable and a number with no variable, with a constant. So you've got three terms that are different in terms of their nature. The one with the x squared, the one with a variable only, which is x, and the one which is a constant. Now, when you see an equation with three different types of terms, you must conclude by saying that equation or that equation is a quadratic, is a quadratic trinomial. Therefore, the one side must be left with 0 when you solve for x in this case. So that means we're gonna take this 14x to the left again. So we're gonna put it in order: 15x squared minus 14x minus 8 equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. As you can see, they've got three terms with different variables here in terms of their coefficients. This one is x squared, then x and a constant, and it must be left with 0 on one side. A must be, let there be 0 on the other side. That's our aim. Yes. Now, in this case, you're going to factorize. You must find factors of this quadratic trinomial. How are you going to find factors? First thing first, open two brackets. First thing first, you open two brackets. And your two brackets must consist of what? Must consist of 15x. You must leave out that squared. You must write 15x on both brackets. 15x. Now your first step towards finding the solution, you multiply 15 and 8. Leave out the signs here. You're gonna say 15 times 8. You guys is 120. Yes. Then after you've found 120 here, you're gonna find factors of 120. Your second step, you must find factors of 120. What are factors of 120? Factors of 120 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 24, 30, 40, 60, and 120. These are factors of 120, guys. Now, from these factors of 120, you need to make sure that you find those two factors that you can multiply to give you 120, and then you can add to give you the middle term, which is negative 14, from these factors, that the 120. Two factors, how the adder, they give you negative 14. How the multiplier, they give you 120. You must start with the last term and the first term, and go that in that order. Like 120, 120 and 1. We can, because like 120 times 1 is 120. 120 plus 1 is not negative. We want that negative 14. Okay, that's our aim. You come with 60 and 2. 60 plus 2 is not 14. Okay, you leave it. But 60 times 2 is 120. Then we come with 40 and 3. 40 and 3, 40 plus 3 is not negative 14. 14 minus 3 is not negative 14. Okay, guys, it's not 14. We come with to 30 and 4. 30 times 4 is 120, yes, but 30 minus 4 is not 14, and 30 plus 4 is not 14. Let's come to 24 and 5. 24 and 5, when you add them, they don't give you 14. When you minus them, they don't give you 14. We leave 24 and 5. We come to 20 and 6. 20 and 6, 20 plus 6 is 26. 20 minus 6 is 14. 20 and 6 are two factors that are possible for to be added to give us 14. 6 and 20. Now you're gonna put this 6 and 20 here, 6 and 20 here. Now, our problem is going to be that the signs, when you add them, they must give you negative 14. I know, Gucci, positive 6 minus 20 is negative 14, equal to negative 14. Negative 20 plus 6 is negative 14. Or 6 minus 20 is negative 14. 6 is going to carry the positive sign, and 20 is going to carry the negative sign. Negative and positive. We are done. The last step for us to find the correct values is by finding the third step. We must find the highest common factor, HCF, highest common factor of the first bracket and of the second bracket individually. So let us find the highest common factor for 15 and 6. What is the highest common factor for 15 and 6? Is 3, and therefore we're going to divide each term by 3 here. We come to the second bracket. What is the highest common factor for 15 and 20? Is 5, and because 15 divided by 5 is a factor of 20, and both factor of 15 and 20, and it is the highest factor. On the first bracket, 3 is a factor for both 15 and 6, and is the highest common factor on that bracket. Therefore, 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then you bring down that x. 6 divided by 3 is plus 2, okay guys? Yes, then you close the bracket. The second bracket is 15 divided by 5 is how much? Is 3x, okay guys? Then 20 divided by 5 give 4 minus 4. Then close the bracket, equal to 0. Then I think when you arrive to this point, you are done. Now you've got two products. The first product, this one, and the second product, this one. Now if you've got two products, like if they've got brackets like this and they've got 0 on the other side, so this is another type of solve for x. They can ask you this kind, they can bring this question like this, then you're not just concluding. Now if you've got an equation like this with two products, the first product must be equated to 0, and the second product must be equated to 0 also. You only do that if and only if there's 0 on the other side, not the other way around. If there's 0 on the other side, you must equate the first product to 0 and the second product to 0. 5x plus 2 equal to 0, or 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Then you solve for x, and you're done. X must be your subject of the formula in this case, and guys. Now, for me to be left with x on one side, I'm going to transpose everything that does not have x to the other side. 2 and x to the right, and so that'll be 5x equal to minus 2, and guys. Then you divide both sides by 5. Let's say 5. Here, this 5 will divide this 5, and your x will be equal to negative 2 over 5. You are done. Then the second solution, 3x minus 4 equal to 0. I'm going to take this 4 to the right, and I'm going to have 3x equal to 4, and divide both sides by 3. This 3 will divide this 3, and you left with x. Therefore, x is equal to 4 over 3. Then you're done with your first question, your 2.1.1. That's how you solve for x using factorization. There are many ways to solve for x now, but this is one of the simplest ways to solve for x. If you've got at least a number that is bigger than 1 in front of x squared, if this number is bigger than 1, you can use this method. This one is very simple. You can use this method as long as it's a quadratic trinomial, basically. Yes, it's the simplest method you can use as long as it's a quadratic trinomial. Thank you very much. Let's go to 2.1.2. 5 to power x is equal to 1 over 125. Now, this one is It's good now, guys. Now, for us to solve for x, these are exponents. Okay? Now, it's okay if you have got exponents here like these ones. Your aim must be that the base must be the same. And here is the base. 5 is a base. And here 1 over 125 is a base. This one is a base. This one now is a base. Then exponent is to power 1. It's to power 1, invisible 1. Therefore, 1 is our exponent, then this one is our base. 5 is our exponent, our base. And your aim must be that let the base be the same. That's your aim. Now, you need to check, and you do this side, 5. So 5 cannot be simplified further, because factors of 5 are 1 and 5. Then you are done. On this side, you can find factors of 125, which means you need to think of, okay, is 5 part of factors of 125? Which means, how can I make this 125 to be 5? How can I break this 125 into having a base with 5 on it? Which means your aim must be that, let me just break this 125 and have 5. And you need to find that number that can multiply itself to a certain number of times to give us 125, and here in this case. Therefore, you need to check, is it 5 possible to use? You take your calculator, you say, you make trial and error, you try trial and error method, and here 5 times 5 is 25, and here 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. 5 times 5 times 5 is equals to 125, which means 5 is going to multiply itself 3 times to give us 125, which means you must just try to create some familiar with this base here on the other side, and with this one. Hurry. I'm going to have 1 over 5 is going to multiply itself 3 times to give us 125. I'm going to have 5 to power 3, which means it means the 5 is going to multiply itself 3 times to give us 125. And on my left is 5 to power x. Now, your base in this case is 1 over 5 to power 3, and your aim must be that let your base be 5, not 1 over 5 to power 3. Your base must be only 5, just like on my left. That's my aim right now. Now, to be left with a base of 5, I'm gonna introduce the reciprocal of 1 over 5 to power 3. What is the reciprocal of 1 over 5 to power 3? You're going to change my denominator into numerator and numerator into denominator, and this exponent will carry the negative sign. That's the meaning of a reciprocal, which means you exchange the numerator with the denominator into the numerator. So this 5 to power 3 is going to become my numerator, and this 1 is going to become my numerator. Therefore, this 3 will carry the negative sign, negative 3 sign. Right, guys? That's how you introduce the reciprocal. Always, if you've got 1 on the above, for you to be left with this 5 as our base, this exponent is going to carry the negative sign. That's the reciprocal, or the inverse, basically. I hope you are good. Then it's 5 to power x here. Then you just remove this one. This one is unnecessary. Then now your bases right now are the same. If your bases are the same, you drop down the exponents, and you equate the exponents. This x is going to be equal to negative 3. X is equal to minus 3. Then you are done. That's how you solve for x in this case. I hope you are all clear on that one. Yes, guys. Now, let's go to 2.2 for 2015. 2.2 for 2015. 2.2 for 2015. It says that given we are given 3x plus 7 smaller than x to the power 2 plus 1. What to solve for x? 2.1.1. 2.1. Solve for x. Solve for x in this case, guys. Now your aim should be left with x on one side. And we've got three brackets of x plus 7 close bracket smaller than x over 2 plus 1. Now in this case, guys, to simplify this product, let us check the first side here, which is 3 bracket of x plus 7. And there's no 0 on my right, therefore I have no right to equate this product to this product. And I need to simplify it, which means I need to break down the brackets. That's my first aim. Break down the brackets. Hurry. 3 times x, 3 times 7. Because you don't have 0 on my right, hence you must break the bracket. If you don't have 0 on the other side, you must break the bracket down. If you don't have 0 on the other side, that's the aim going forward. So 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 7 plus 21. It is smaller than x over 2 plus 1. So let me just make each and every term 12 over 1. Now, I give you a fraction here. The reason why I did that over 1 over 1 over 1 over 1, I just want to show you there's a fraction here. This one is very important, and it's 2 at the bottom. So this 2 here, if you've got the fraction, in this case, you must find the lowest common denominator. Well, how do you find the lowest common denominator? Again, denominator is our denominator, our bottom side, our denominator. You must find the lowest common denominator. And now, how do you find it? You must multiply each and every denominator. How? Come on, 1 times 1 give 1, times 2 give 2, times 1 give 2. Our LCD is 2 in this case. And if your LCD is 2, you're going to multiply this 2. Each and every term is going to be multiplied with 2. Each and every term. 3x times 2, then 1 times 2. 1 over x over 2 times 2, 1 times 2. That's it. 2 times 3x give by 6x. And 2 times 21 is 42. It is smaller than. Then x over 2 times 2. And give what's over x over 2 multiplied by 2 over 1. And these 2, but these 2, and we left with x. So you have x plus 1 times 2 plus 2. This is the answer here. Then so for x, I give about like terms that one. X and x are like terms, therefore one side like terms. And x and x are like terms, so 2 and 2 are like terms. And x to the left, 6x minus x, and smaller than 2 minus 42. Like go, guys. Then 6x minus x is 5x, smaller than 2 minus 42 is minus 40. Then now I'm left with x on one side. I divide both sides by 5. And we divide both sides by 5. Then this 5 divided this 5, and x here will be smaller than negative 8. This is our answer, guys. I hope we are clear on that. Then you're gonna get your marks there. Then 2.2.2. You must represent this your answer on a number line. And you draw your number line here. Then you've got a number line always must have 0. And the negative 8 is on my left. And it's like a number line. It's a real number line. Then since one is an inequality, you must draw a ball here. And the same go to your x, all values must be smaller than negative 8. Which values, on which side do we find values that are smaller than negative 8? Which means, which numbers are smaller than negative 8? The numbers are saying negative 8. It's a thing. Give negative 9, negative 10, negative 12. I get take a left in here. To this side, we find values that are smaller than negative 8. Which means negative 9, negative 9, negative 10, 12, negative 1000. Those values are smaller than negative 8. But both 0 is bigger than negative 8. But if this sign was facing to the direction of negative 8, if this sign was, if we had x bigger than negative 8, you're going to draw this arrow to the right, because all these values that are bigger than 8, negative 8 are on the right side of the number line. I hope we are clear. That's how you simplify such problems, guys. Yeah? Thank you very much. Let's go to 2016 question paper. 2016 I give 2.1. It says that solve for x, I give x into bracket x minus 1 equal to 20. Solve for x. Guys, I've already spoken about it. You can solve for x. And in this case, we've got two solutions or two products. The first product and the second product. How do you say what it is a product? Because of what? They are separated by this multiplication in the middle. This multiplication, it means this is the first product and the second product. Okay? That's how you say two products are formed by multiplication in between. That's the logic behind the product rule. Guys, yes. Now, if I've got two products, the first product and the second product must be equal to 0 on my right. But you don't have 0 on my right. How do you gonna solve it? If you don't have 0 on your right side, then you must multiply out the brackets. If you don't have 0 on my right, you must multiply out your brackets. That's very simple. But if you had 0, you're going to say the first product to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0. You're going to say x is equal to 0 or x minus 1 equal to 0. Then you solve for x. But right now you've got 20. Therefore, you're going to multiply all the brackets out. X times x times negative 1. X times x, x squared. X times negative 1 minus x equal to 20. Then what's about we've got three terms. First term, second term, and my third term. They are separated by negative and positive. So if we now have got three terms, therefore be left with 0 on the other side. That's our aim. When you solve for x, in most cases, if you've got both squared, make sure that you're left with 0 on the other side. That's our aim in most cases. Yeah. Now this is a quadratic because of what? Of the squared and a constant plus a coefficient with a variable which is x in this case. Therefore, this is a quadratic trinomial. Okay. Therefore, when you have x squared minus x, you must put them in order. Minus 20. Then you're going to transpose this 20 to the left and be left with 0 on my right. This is a quadratic trinomial equation. Therefore, you use our method. You open two brackets. I got the moment 1, invisible 1. Therefore, we're going to take this 1x. You're going to put that 1x on your first bracket and your second bracket. You can just put x in here. There's no need for you to put 1. Those are factors of x squared. It's x and x. Now, what you must do, the first step, you multiply 1 with 20. 1 times 20, keep 20. Therefore, you must find factors of 20. What are factors of 20 is 1, 2, I don't know what about 20 divided by 3? 3 is not a factor, 4 is a factor of 20, 5 is a factor of 20, then 6 is not a factor of 20, 7 is not a factor of 20, 8 is not a factor of 20, 10 is a factor of 20, which is 2, then 20. These are factors of 20. Therefore, you must find those two factors that when you multiply them, they must give you 20. When you add them, they must give you the middle term, which is negative 1 in this case. Let us start with 20 and 1. 20 times 1 is 20, but 20 plus 1 is not negative 1. Rather 1 basically. Rather 1 actually. Then 10 times 2 is 20. 10 plus 2 is not 1. 10 plus minus 2 is not 1. Then 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 minus 4 is 1. 5 and 4 are factors that you must use. 5 and 4 in this case are factors that you must, because of what? 5 minus 4 is 1. Now, you must deal with the signs alone. we need to place those signs wherein when you add them, they must give you -1. Negative 5 plus 4 is equals to -1. Come on, negative 5 plus 4, which means this 5 is going to carry the negative sign, and our 5 is going to carry our 4 is going to carry the positive sign. Level. That's how you do it. Level, guys. Then now you've got two products. This is what I was talking about. The first product and the second product. Which means if you've got two products here, remember they are separated by multiplication in the middle. Hence you put it they are products. The first product, the second product. If you've got two products that are equated to 0, therefore you must just equate the first product to 0, which is x minus 5 equal to 0, or x plus 4, the second product, equal to 0. Then you solve for x. This negative 5 does not have x. You transpose it to the right, and so x is going to be equal to 5. Or second solution, this for x, and you transpose to the right. Therefore, x is going to be equal to -4. That's how you do it, guys. I hope we are clear on that one. We are done with the first product. So for x for 2016. We go to the second question, 2.1.2. 2.1.2. 2.1.2. It says that 3x minus 2 over 2 is equals to x plus 1. Now when you see fractions, you must think of what? Guys? When you see fractions, you must think of lowest common denominator. You must focus on the denominators. Have a check. What are the denominators? More like 2, more like 1, 1. And you have to x and 1 are separated by a sign in the middle which is positive. If you've got positive and negative, therefore these two terms are separated by positive and negative. But if you had multiplication, then these two terms were not going to be separated. But now it's positive in this case, therefore they are separated by that positive side. Therefore we're going to have another term and another term here. Therefore you must find the lowest common denominator. How do you find the lowest common denominator? You multiply each and every denominator you see. What is our denominator? Is 2, is 1, and 1. You multiply them out. 2 times 1 times 1 is 2. Therefore our LCD is 2 in this case. So now with this LCD, how to multiply each and every bracket kayon, each and every term kayon. The first term on my left is 3x minus 2 over 2. You multiply it by 2. Okay, 2 multiplied by this 2 divide this 2 and to be left with 3x minus 2. Then x times 2 and you want to 1 is invisible again. Therefore you can just say x times 2 is 2x. Then 2 times 1 is plus 2. Then you solve for x and just put them right. You solve for x in this case. Like terms 3x and 2x are like terms. Therefore I'm going to transpose this 2x to the left. It over 3x minus 2x. Then this negative 2 is our like term with this 2. They are the same in terms of this. In terms of term, I'm calling also getting term as a thing. Then this negative 2 to the right is going to be 2 plus 2. Then 3x minus 2x is x. Then 2 plus 2 is 4. Then you are done. This is our x. I hope we are clear. I hope we are clear with this question, guys. Yeah. Let's go to another question here, which is 2.2, guys. 2.2. It says that given -4 smaller than or equal to -1 over 2m smaller than 5. This is inequality, 2.2.1. Solve for m. This is inequality, guys. the same as solve for x. They're the same. The same method that you can use. Now, if you've got inequality like this one, if you've got an inequality like this one, wherein you've got a variable in the middle, you must solve for this variable in the middle. What you must do is that what you do on my left, you must also do on my right. You must balance. So now, what I was already only in the middle. Therefore, you must divide both sides by this -1/2 to be left with m in the middle only. Which means your m must be in the middle. That's what aim. So when you divide both sides by -1/2, -1/2, -1/2, okay guys. Then this -1/2 cancel this -1/2, and -4 divided by -1/2, refuna 8. Our answer. Therefore, m is bigger than 8 here. And our second solution is 5 divided by -1/2, m is smaller than -10. That's how you're gonna write your answer. Therefore, you write your answer properly here. And you know m should be in the middle. Therefore, m is smaller than -10. You write it properly in a good standard. And m is bigger than -10, smaller than or equal to 8. Which means m is between -10 and 8. That's the basic solution. Then 2.2.2. You must write this on an interval. As an interval, you must write it in another way, in terms of interval way. And when you write it in terms of intervals, you must have brackets, couple of square brackets, and you must involve those things. How you will handle it that way here? M is bigger than -10. If you've got no equal sign on the below side of the inequality sign, therefore you just put a bracket. But if you've got equal sign here, like this one, and here this is an equal sign, this one, therefore you must have square brackets like this. So it's going to be -10 is to 8. This is how you're going to write it in terms of intervals. I hope you're clear on that one. I hope we are clear, guys. Thank you very much. Let us meet in the next video.